The episode 4 trailer for From Season 4 just dropped, and between Jade's mushroom trip in the woods and the man in yellow showing up on screen for what feels like the most terrifying introduction yet, this show is clearly done warming up and ready to go somewhere we have never been before. Season 4 has been building quietly and deliberately, and episode 3 gave us just enough to make episode 4 feel like the moment everything starts to crack open. The episode is titled Myths and Monsters, and that title alone should tell you that whatever is coming is not going to be subtle. The official synopsis tells us that an ominous discovery puts Boyd and his trusted circle on high alert, and right away the question is, what exactly did they find? There are two strong possibilities, and both of them are worth your full attention. The first one starts with Jade. If you remember episode 3, Jade told Boyd that he needs acid to pull out whatever is buried deep in his memory, and while Boyd was reluctant because he did not want Jade spiraling further into confusion, Jade found mushrooms in the woods, and the episode 4 trailer makes it very clear that he absolutely took them. We see him deep in the woods, clearly on a hallucinogenic trip, and he is having a vision of a small boy playing violin. Now here is where it gets interesting. The boy's hair looks strikingly similar to Jade's own hair, and that detail is not accidental on a show like From, where everything means something. The big question becomes whether Jade was actually in Fromville as a child before any of this started. Was he here in a past life? Was he someone else entirely? We know from the show that those missing children are most likely trapped somewhere connected to the Lake of Tears, so the theory that he was one of the sacrificed children who kept reincarnating is compelling, but not quite there yet. What feels more likely is that Jade witnessed something deeply disturbing as a child, or that he was in this town before and the memory was buried so far down that even he had no idea it existed. And Donna's warning in the trailer makes this even more chilling, because she tells him that if he goes on this trip he might not come back. She is not talking about the mushrooms. She is talking about wherever his mind is about to take him, and that is a completely different kind of danger. The second major thread building into episode 4 is centered on Fatima, and honestly this one feels like it could be the ominous discovery the synopsis is teasing. In the trailer, Fatima tells Boyd that Smiley can feel her fear and that he actually enjoys it. That is already unsettling enough. But then we see Smiley saying to someone that it is nice to see them again, and the strong implication is that he is talking to Fatima directly. Back in episode 3, Fatima asked Elgin for help, and we still do not know what those two were planning together, but if Fatima sought out Smiley on her own terms to confront what she experienced or to understand it better, and Boyd finds out, that is the kind of discovery that does not just put a circle on high alert. That shatters trust entirely. Now Sara. If you are sleeping on Sara's storyline this season, please wake up immediately, because this character is doing some of the most complex emotional work in the entire show right now. In the episode 4 trailer we see her covering her ears and screaming, and it is clear that the voices inside her head have returned full force. Sophia almost certainly triggered this, and the fact that Sophia chose to be physically close to Sara raises an enormous question about what her true agenda actually is. Sara has lived through this kind of torment before, and she survived it, which means she might actually be the one person equipped to see through Sophia before anyone else does. And finally, Julie. Her storyline this season might genuinely be the key to unlocking the deepest mythology this show has ever touched. In the trailer, Julie sees the man in yellow for the very first time, and in the same sequence Victor speaks about the past and describes something genuinely horrifying. After everyone died, Victor saw the man in yellow consuming them. That revelation reframes so much of what we thought we knew, because the creatures and the man in yellow may not be working together at all. They might have entirely separate agendas, which means Fromville has layers of threat that do not answer to the same master. The fact that the man in yellow appears younger in Victor's childhood drawings confirms he ages like a human being, which makes him even stranger because he is not quite a monster and not quite a man. Julie will likely use everything at her disposal, including Ethan's books, to understand story walking and push further into Victor's past, and what she finds there could change the entire shape of this show's mythology. From Season 4 is building towards something enormous, and episode 4 feels like the episode where the foundation finally starts to shake. If you want to stay ahead of every twist and theory on this show, make sure you subscribe, and let's figure out Fromville together.